And welcome back to the Valley in the Shadow. You're here with me, OneManJack, and we're heading over to the Zorasura Crescent for Crumbs in the Void. The Zorasura galaxy was not always crescent-shaped. It was once a neat spiral, not unlike our own Milky Way. Years ago, it was the site of the most brazen robbery in history. A group of sages assaulted a CIR convoy carrying more than 1 gram of untamed Duril. Let's remember, 42 molecules of Duril is what you need to make a Corona. I don't know the density of Duril, but making a guess that it's somewhere on the elemental table, 1 gram of it would be enough to make thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Coronas. So just to put that in perspective. Probably a hell of a lot more than that. What was a mole again? 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules is 1 mole. And a mole is like if carbon has an atomic weight of 8, a mole of carbon weighs 8 grams. So 1 gram of carbon is 10 with 23 zeros. That's how many molecules it is. So that's a fucking lot of Duril. Untamed, no less. They were led by Julius Mavenbolt, a pupil of Calypso. A pupil of Calypso, and your contact here should you choose to visit. Rather than letting the precious Duril fall into the sage's hands, the extinguisher Stigil Sohiran fired a high-caliber anchor round into the galactic bulge. The Duril was scattered into individual molecules. Only Mavenbolt survived, which consequently makes him the only one to have ever survived the blast from an anchor round in the history of technology. It's still not known how. The battle between the sages and the consortium rages to this day on the fringe of the galaxy, and although there aren't enough molecules of Duril left to string together a Corona, it's still crawling with prospectors. I'd recommend waiting until you've got more fuzz beneath your belt before coming here. I got plenty of fuzz beneath my belt now. So we have Mavenbolt survived a blast from an anchor round. Somehow. When he was trying to steal Duril. Man, I can see why they fired an anchor round instead of letting the sages steal that. That much Duril, they could make an army of sages. They could make an entire species of sages. Why are we here if this Mavenbolt guy is supposed to be in the Crescent? Are you kidding me? Didn't you read Happy's message? There's Duril in this here void, and I want to find me a nugget. Or a molecule, anyway. Don't you want to get rich? A single molecule can practically buy you a new ship. If you don't like it, you've got your hands on the stick, you can always fly us out of here. Search for a molecule of Duril in the wreckage of a prospector, or proceed to the Zorasura Crescent. Let's check for a moment. You get 10,000 plex for a single molecule of Duril. That's actually a lot less than I thought it would be. We'll do a flyby and we'll murder this dude, but we're not going to stick around long. Yeah, we're not going to stick around. If I remember, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of murder to find a molecule of Duril, and I ain't got that kind of patience. If I wanted 10 grand, I'd kill 5 zombies. Or 50 zombies, something like that. Whoa, shit, hey Mavenbolt! Looks like the sages... Nope, that's the wrong voice. Looks like the sages are pinned down. And I am on red team now with Mavenbolt. Sage, are you friend or foe? It depends. What would destroying these 4 cruisers make me? A very welcome friend. Okay, well in that case, let's do. These are deep waters, Sage. I hope you know how to swim. Know how to swim? Bitch, I'm a diver. I'm a dark diver. I'm Julius Mavenbolt, student of the First Sage. Return to your base, or I will return you to the Sub-Rostrum. I don't seem to be leaving. We'll go with murder as a good option. Oh, the other me's already took care of that. Nice base. Sinking battleships. Sagacious timing. You have my gratitude for the help, friend. In what way can I repay you best? I'm looking for a Calypso. Although I'm still a learner, I have much to teach. Whether you have wings, horns, or are made of goo, I will deny no one knowledge. However, I cannot tell you of Calypso until I've deemed you trustworthy of such knowledge. Allow me to share a macro that will facilitate your pursuit of that trust. More than Maven. Destroy more structures. Sinking battleships. Blow up everything in less than 2 minutes. Hell yeah. In a clash between rock and brain, who will win? Not much of a riddle. Only because you don't know enough. There are two elements to existence, the will and the way. The will is the thread, and the part of you that perceives these words as I speak them. The way is everything else. Ironically, the atoms that shape us know the way, and we, in all of our alleged wisdom, are born ignorant. But it is thanks to this ignorance that we may change what is. We are not constrained to things as they are. In fact, most of us see the world as we wish it to be. It's just a matter of convincing the universe that you're right and it's wrong. Now take your brain and smash it through some rocks. Teach the universe something. We're gonna get rid of that solar flare in the background because this mission will be almost impossible with it on. That's better. And look at this, it's Asteroid is what this is, I think. Isn't that what this game was? I know there's a famous arcade game like this where you float around in space and you break asteroids apart. I'm pretty sure the game was literally called Asteroid. And oh my gosh, this wrapping around edges really messes with my mind. I thought I shot that. Wait, what direction am I pointed? Okay. I completely lost track of which direction my ship was pointed there for a moment. There's just so many glowy things on screen. How can I keep them all straight? Ah! So there is also a challenge to do this without getting hit, and that was also surprisingly difficult. And I don't like wrapping around the screen because that's where the meteors spawn, and one can spawn right on top of you, and that's not pleasant. I regret breaking quite so many all at once. Oh, nope. Couldn't escape that. Eh? So the purple ones seek you out, the yellow ones drift, and the white ones explode into helpful bombs if you don't shoot them. I swear I hit that one. I actually might lose if I don't get a little bit more careful with taking hits. There are those who accuse us of playing God, tampering with rules that were never meant to be touched. They condemn us for our hubris. But I say it is they who are blinded by arrogance if they believe that we, by any tool or technique, can ever act against the will of God. Again, a surprisingly profound little nugget of idealism tucked away in a game. The belief that by no tool or technique, no extension of science or thought or pursuit could we ever hope to act against God's will. That anything possible is, by definition, acceptable. Not a very nice thought if you pursue it to its logical extreme, depending on who you are, because that would delve into, like, genetic manipulation, first and foremost. If it is possible, then should we do it? Like, not just, I don't mean cosmetically either, I mean for the betterment of mankind as a species. If we found out ways to improve our own DNA, should we? Mavenbolt would say yes. Yeah, perfect pilot. That was hard. Like, it took me friggin' half an hour to get that. At least. Huh. Ooh, we're gonna wreck a base? That's a lot of CIR. Couldn't we get any of the other sages to help? Which sages? The ones from that base we saved. I thought it was full of sages. Oh, no, it's empty. Then why were we defending it? It's my house! Well, this fight hardly seems balanced. Everything is balanced if you know where to put the pivot. Sagely wisdom from a sage. Oh, missiles, lots of them. Let's just go ahead and use this. Get in close. Can you guys stop? Oh, that can pierce my shields. Okay. That was one of my clones' lifesavers, right? That wasn't me popping. I don't think so. Summon this. Let's drop this. It's out of potential field. Accidentally turn on the light to my control pad. Turn it back off. Because having a light inside a controller is just a gimmick. Especially one as bright as this. It's got like 17 bajillion LEDs, and that shit is bright. Like, if it's light, you wouldn't want to have a lit in your controller. Well, if it's dark, it will literally blind you. It's not the best design, but it is a third-party controller, so what was I expecting? Let's get rid of that mega turret. Oh man, I should kill these cruisers first. Probably an achievement for killing the cruisers first. Or there could be an achievement for not killing the cruisers first. But I like to blow things up, so I'm gonna kill the cruisers. Summon Comet, drop Starseed, saddle potential, reload, sit back to watch the damage, wash, rinse, and repeat, summon clones of myself, saying what I'm doing, Flint Lockwood. That's gonna seem totally out of left field if you don't know. Okay, so Flint Lockwood, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the main protagonist. Whenever he does a montage, he will self-narrate what he's doing, and because it's some sciencey stuff, and he kind of explains it sometimes. But he like one of his actual lines for his narration montage is saying what I'm doing, and that's the action he is performing. It's meta as shit, and I said it. Flint Lockwood was his name, and my brain is 90% movie references, and book references, and game references. The other 10% is memes. You have a lot of promise, Sage. And I'm starting to see why Calypso picked you for his pupil. I was not the second or third, or even 100th Sage, he frowned, but Calypso chose me for his pupil because of my thread. Its width is enough to give most sentients thread burn. Should I go up to my room? This seems inappropriate. Thread burn, eh? Threadburn is what happens when a single entity channels too much thread at once. It's not as conflagrant as it sounds. There's no flash or fire. The individual just ceases to live, as if Wanderlust had taken them. So, how can you handle it? A good question, and one which only a master druid could answer. Your tolerance for thread width isn't due to a single characteristic, but rather an amalgam of many traits. Outshine the star pupil. Blow up more shit than he did. And yeah, tip the top. Destroy the base before destroying the Mavenbolts. Ah well. Huh, more targets. And a bigger base. There's some talons mixed in with those Nurchef. I hope I don't have to remind you that they're sages. Can I ask you something before we die? The choice to ask is yours, to answer is mine. How did you survive the Anchor Blast? As much as I believe in Calypso's principle of free knowledge, a good sage must have his secrets. I will say this. Of all the macros I've written, it's capable of granting the greatest safety at the highest risk. Its power comes as much from my knowing as it does the unknowing of others. Well, I'm glad you cleared that right up. Sorry, I can empathize. As you've likely divined, I'm a fan of riddling, not as much of being riddled. But look bright, our threads won't rejoin the pool today. Little fun side note, the pool is, as you might have inferred, the source of all thread, or all souls, and the highest difficulty in this game is the pool. Actually, no, it's the union, which is the union of all thread, including the pool. Plus, it just sounds ominous for a difficulty. The union. That's like something you'd call the Flood, a union of minds. Just like, spoopy. These missiles run out of ammunition very quickly, don't they? Is this base not dead yet? I've done like 5 strafing runs. 3, maybe. Talon, you're a sage. That means you're very high on the list of things I need to kill. There we go. That'll make my life a little bit easier. Okay, those were the 2 gunboats. Let's tackle the cruisers now. Shit, I hate those laser beams. Fun fact, those straight lasers, those right there, those are the bane of my fucking existence, because they delete projectiles out of the air. And projectiles include missiles, all math abilities like the sine wave cannon, the Madrati personal pulsar, it'll just wipe that from existence. So, oh yeah, any kind of bullets too. It's like those lasers can just delete things out of the air. That's bad enough if you've got 1, but these gunboats have 4 of them that they can trace into a gridlock pattern. Oh yeah, and they do massive damage too. They are on literally any difficulty higher than this, and even on Sage difficulty, they can be a pain in the ass. Like, look at that. All my shield's gone in a second. Son of a... Can you die? Can some of you die, please? Like, the only way to beat them is with lasers, but not all ships have lasers. In fact, grapplers do not have lasers. Arsenals do not have lasers. Rogues can have lasers, and arsenals can have lasers, but mostly lasers are the purvey of fighter classes. Oh, I missed a cruiser. Let's barrage this with missiles at range for a little bit before I close in. Bait out the activations, because those things do have a long cooldown time. And I can... Okay, that was me popping my time loop, I know it. relax for a little bit. I don't know what popped my time loop, but I know I don't like getting my time loop consumed, because that means I technically died there. Okay, those are down. Let's go this way. Explosion stuff up. Are all the shield generators down? Well, hell, let's just summon a comet through the base, drop a star seeder, get that, and let's just murder everything. There you go, face down. Oh, it's not dead yet? There you go, face down. Not even hard. That is a really satisfying explosion, considering how graphically simple it was. It just dissolves into a bunch of colorful shapes, but at the same time, the sound effect of it, that boom, gives it a nice, visceral, satisfying feel. Zurasura is, for the moment, free of the Consortium's order. Sage, it has been a privilege unlike any away from Calypso's side, and with my trust and respect earned, I can honestly tell you that I do not know Calypso's current whereabouts. But I do know what drives him. He is soon to be a father, and you can be assured that all of his thoughts are bent towards that event. I'd estimate the great and fair druid Cornelia will be delivering within the sidereal months. Sidereal. Which, I think the sidereal year and sidereal month just means what we on Earth would know as a year and month, because, like, Earth years and Earth months wouldn't make much sense in the galaxy, so they have sidereal as the standard. I think. I don't know. You can be sure the delivery will not take place near Veridos until our threads next twine. Prodigy. I put the pro in Prodigy. Oh no, scroll faster! From Hell's Heart. What was that? Destroy base before destroying a single gunboat. That's hard. Alright! And then there were two. Oh man. I'm gonna say, I've been saying it every episode, drawing into a close, only 2 episodes left. I'm still gunning hard, and I'm gonna burn right into the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, but I must bid you all adieu, till I see you next time right here on the dark side.